Ladies and gentlemen, here is the truth you don't wanna hear. Let me tell y'all something right out the gate. Success ain't magical, it ain't mysterious, and it sure as hell ain't handed out like free samples at the mall. You ever hear folks say, man, they lucky, must be nice? Let me stop you right there, because luck might get you in the room, but only grind keeps you on the stage. Now here's the part that'll sting a little. 99% of folks will never see real success. Not because they can't, but because they won't, and that 1% that makes it, they ain't superheroes. They just made a different choice every single day. Today, I want to walk you through why some folks break through and most stay stuck. We gonna walk through a story, a real life parable. Two brothers, one neighborhood, two different endings. One ends up driving the Bentley, the other still borrowing bus fare. And by the time we done, you gon' see yourself in one of these brothers. And you gon' have to decide which one you wanna be. Chapter 1. The two brothers, Jamal and Derrick, born 2 years apart. Same mama, same daddy. Grew up in a beat-down apartment in the South Side. Concrete jungle. Sirens at night. Gunshots on Tuesday. Hope was in short supply. Their mama, Miss Rosa, she worked 2 jobs, maid by day, diner waitress by night. She used to come home smelling like bleach and bacon grease. And even through the exhaustion in her eyes, she prayed over them boys every single night. But prayer without preparation, it don't always stick. You gotta give that prayer something to work with. Now Jamal, he was quiet. Observant. He used to sit by the window, watching people hustle, fight, gamble, get locked up. He didn't say much, but his mind, it was moving like a freight train. Derrick, oh, he was the funny one. The cool one. Always cracking jokes, always at the center of the crew, but there was something about him. He loved comfort. He was addicted to being liked and afraid to look foolish. 2 boys, same roof. Different roads forming right under their feet. Chapter 2. The trap of comfort. Let me tell you what destroys more dreams than failure ever could. Comfort. You know why most folks don't make it to that 1%. Because they get too cozy in the 99. Derrick was comfortable. He wasn't living good, but he was living easy. He had enough to eat. He had his boys to hang with. He had his PlayStation and his pride. See, comfort is like a soft pillow in a burning house. It feel good until you realize the flames are coming for you. Jamal, on the other hand, wasn't trying to be comfortable. He was hungry not for food, but for freedom. He didn't want to just survive. He wanted to change the game. And you gotta understand something about human nature. We wired to avoid pain, but the folks that succeed, they run straight into it. Jamal got laughed at for studying late. Derrick got applause for clowning in class. Guess who ended up getting clowned by life? Chapter 3. Fear the master liar. Fear is slick. It don't kick in the front door yelling no. Fear whispers. It sounds like, what if I fail? What if they laugh at me? What if I ain't good enough? That voice. That ain't truth. That's fear wearing a suit and tie. See, Derrick had talent. He could have been anything, but every time he thought about stepping out, applying for college, starting a business, getting serious fear wrapped around his throat and said, nah, what if it don't work? And here's the kicker. He believed it. Jamal, he heard that voice too, but instead of running from it, he got curious. He asked, what if it does work? Fear lies to everybody, the 1%. They just don't listen to the lie. Chapter 4. Discipline, the great divider. Discipline is that friend nobody wants but everybody needs. Derrick said he wanted success. He talked about goals. He dreamed big, but dreaming without discipline. That's called fantasy. See, when it was time to party, Derrick was first in line. But when it was time to work, he always had an excuse. Man, I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow. And tomorrow turned into next week. Next week turned into next year. And next year turned into never. Jamal had a different rhythm. He got up early, worked 2 jobs, and studied at night. People thought he was crazy. He thought they were lazy. Discipline ain't sexy, it ain't fun, but it separates the wishers from the winners. Chapter 5, Vision over sight is what you see with your eyes. Vision is what you see with your soul. People like Derrick only believe in what they can see right now. Bills, problems, setbacks, haters. He saw the neighborhood and said, "Ain't nobody getting out of here." Jamal looked at the same streets and saw something different. He saw a future. He saw himself owning buildings where he used to get evicted. He saw his name on checks, not just bills. That's the difference between 1% and 99%. 99% of folks are living by sight. They waiting for proof before they believe, but 1%, they believe first, then they build the proof. You don't wait for the light at the end of the tunnel. You become the fire that lights the whole tunnel up. Chapter 6. Pain is a gift in disguise. Everybody wants success. Nobody wants pain, but let me break some truth. You can't grow without hurt. Muscles don't build without resistance. Minds don't grow without pressure. Jamal embraced the pain. He watched his mama cry at night over bills. He didn't get bitter, he got busy. Pain taught him how to endure, how to hustle with a broken heart. Derrick, he avoided pain like the plague. Every time life got hard, he tapped out, started something, quit it, tried something, gave up. Pain is either gonna shape you or break you. It's your choice. One brother used the pain as fuel. The other used it as an excuse. Chapter 7. The circle that kills potential. Let me ask you something. Who's around you? Because your crew will either build your dream or bury it. Derrick stayed surrounded by yes men. People who said, "Bro, you good. Chill. Don't work too hard." They weren't building, they were blinding him. You can't fly with people who are comfortable crawling. Jamal, he made hard choices, cut people off who were slowing him down, got around mentors, started hanging with folks who were where he wanted to go. Here's the truth, sometimes to reach the next level, you got to leave some people at the current one. Loyalty to the wrong circle is a silent killer. It kills more dreams than failure ever did. Chapter 8. The work behind the curtain. You see success on Instagram. The cars, the house, the vacations. What you don't see, the sleepless nights, the silent sacrifices, the hours of learning, grinding, failing. Jamal wasn't flashy. While others were posting about grind mode, he was actually grinding. He'd come home, feet aching, back sore, eyes red, and still open his books. Nobody clapped. Nobody noticed, but he kept going. Derrick, he wanted applause before the performance. He wanted the results without the routine. That's not how it works. Success is like a tree. You gotta plant it, water it, wait for it, and trust it even when nothing's showing. The 99% quit during the quiet season. The 1%, they keep digging. Chapter 9. Excuses are the enemy. Let me be real with you. Excuses are easy. Everybody got 'em. I didn't have support. I grew up poor. I ain't got no connections. I got anxiety. Now listen, those things may be real, but they can't be your reason forever. Derrick became a master of excuses. Every failure, he had a story. He blamed the system, the streets, the school, the weather. Jamal, he acknowledged the struggle but never used it as a crutch. He turned "I can't" into "I will." Excuses feel good until they turn into regret. You either make progress or you make excuses. You can't do both. Chapter 10. Self-worth, the invisible key, why you will never chase a life you don't believe you deserve. Derrick secretly didn't think he was worthy of success. He said he wanted it, but deep down, he didn't feel good enough. Jamal had confidence before credentials. He walked like a boss before he had a title. Because he knew who he was even when no one else saw it yet. That's a game changer. You want to know why 99% don't succeed? Because deep down, they've accepted a lie that says, this is all I'll ever be. The 1% rewrites that script. They say, I belong in rooms I ain't even stepped in yet, and they walk in like the invitation got lost in the mail. Let me leave you with this. The 1% don't have wings, they don't have magic, they just got clarity. They got sick of average, they got done with excuses, and they got up one more time than they got knocked down. So here's the final question. Do you want to be remembered or forgotten? You want to tell your kids, here's how I made it, or here's why I didn't. Because one day you gon' be a story, make sure it's worth telling, and when they ask how you made it out, tell 'em, I chose not to be part of the 99. I chose to become what I was born to be. I chose to suffer now so I could live free later. You were never meant to blend in. You were built to stand out. Now go prove it.